Here we are today on the 11th of the 11th, November the 11th, at the Frankston Cenotaph, where we're remembering the sacrifices that Australians made, particularly in the First World War, but throughout all wars that Australians have fought in. But particularly today, the 11th of the 11th at 11 a.m. is when the peace treaty was signed in 1918 to end the First World War. And I'm privileged every year, and have done for more than 15 years, to play the bagpipes at Remembrance Day, at Anzac Day, and on Vietnam Veterans Day. And I'm thankful for the freedoms that these men and women fought for in our country. It seems like these things that were fought for can be taken away pretty quickly. Can be taken away from other tyrants that enter in our own ranks. They're entering even into our own ranks. Dan Andrews is one such tyrant. We've seen him shoot people in Melbourne. Use his police force to shoot people in Melbourne. Fine them outrageously for the criminal act of not wearing a face mask or following his dictates. Victoria, please remember, come voting day on the 26th of November, that you don't vote this guy back in. Here he is putting his hand up saying, I've saved you. He hasn't saved us. He hasn't been like these men that we celebrate, or at least commemorate today. And remember today, we've remembered the fallen because they fought for our freedoms. He actually fought, Dan Andrews, to lock us up. He didn't fight for freedoms. He fought and legislated to lock us up. He fought to shoot at us. Victorians, this election, in 2 weeks' time tomorrow, do not vote for Dan Andrews. On this Remembrance Day, where we're remembering the fallen, let's also remember the wicked that Dan Andrews has done. And that as we fight, it's to get rid of tyranny. As we fought throughout the different wars, it was to get rid of communism, tyranny. Dan Andrews is one such person that we need to fight against. Dan Andrews Unmasked at danandrewsunmasked.com is a book I wrote, and is about the man's 20 years in parliamentary life in Victoria, what he's done to Victoria, and exposes the man for what he is. He's a bully. He's a tyrant. He's a dictator. He makes up rules and laws on the run to punish the citizens of Victoria. Vote Dan Andrews out.